Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so I am not going to do my fan flipping, lip gloss, sing a drama song, all that kind of stuff at the beginning of this video today because for me, this is a very serious topic. I think for most people, it's a very, very serious topic. And I had said in my last video that I did covering it that I wasn't going to do another video unless Colleen Ballinger came out and addressed it. I just looked. It has been 7 days since Adam Mcintyre did his first video addressing the situation. It's been an entire week, and Colleen has not come out and said anything about it whatsoever. And I have lots of thoughts about this, specifically two important thoughts that I want to talk about. One theme kind of dealing with Cody Rants, and the other theme having to do with Colleen Ballinger's friends that I want to talk about in this video. So for those of you that watched my last video, or for those of you that have been kind of watching what is going down, I know that I got a lot of comments in my last video and people said, I don't have any idea what's going on. Who is Colleen Ballinger? Who is Adam Mcintyre? Who are all these people? I don't know anything that's going on. So the first thing that I would suggest to you is to go over to Adam Mcintyre's channel and watch his videos. I think he's done 3 or 4 videos now detailing exactly his accusations and allegations against Colleen Ballinger and what happened. But the short of it, and I don't want to take away from Adam's his truth and his story, so I don't want to get anything wrong. But basically, the story is that Adam was in group chats with other people that were fans of Colleen Ballinger, who did the character Miranda Sings for many, many years and still is. And last night even was on tour and did a live show last night. And even though she can't come out and respond, she was doing a live show, which is just baffling to me, right? To act like that this is just not going on at all. And so anyway, he came out 4 years ago and talked about how Colleen Ballinger had sent him lingerie, and he talked about some other allegations in there as well. A lot of people in my comment section said, this was dealt with 4 years ago. Why is Adam bringing this up now? You know, is it because his views are down? Is it because he is not getting subscribers? Is it because, you know, this? Is it because of that? Like, this has already been dealt with. Colleen came out with an apology video, yada, 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 4 years ago. Okay, so that's the first thing I kind of want to talk about. Before Adam posted his video addressing these allegations, a YouTuber by the name of Cody Rants, who has since allegedly deplatformed themselves, came out with a video sharing their experience of being part of this Colleen Ballinger fandom. And at the time that they were in the fandom, they were like in their late 20s, I think early 30s, and were part of this, okay? And I feel we're very much complicit in what was going on, and we're having conversations with Colleen and things like that, right? And so, and we're getting a lot of praise for giving Adam the opportunity to come out and share his truth, because what they did was they basically validated everything that he had gone through. Well, I was sitting here and I was watching this as it was going on, and I was thinking to myself, as many people have pointed out since then, okay, so this person knew for 3-4 years the truth about the situation and what had happened at the time that Colleen came out with her apology video, okay? Was that Adam received a huge backlash from people that were huge Colleen Ballinger, Miranda Sings fans, basically saying that he was lying, that he was making stuff up. There were a lot of channels that came out against Adam at that time and were saying things about him and whatever. And in all honesty, like, I didn't really follow a lot of it back then. I didn't really know a lot of what was going on. I had always kind of heard behind the scenes, you know, whenever I would mention Adam in a video or something, there would be a few people that would say things to me, like in the comment sections about like, oh, do you know about Adam and the Colleen Ballinger situation? But I really didn't know a whole lot about it, right? Even though Adam and I have been friendly. So I didn't really know much about it until this most recent situation came out. So to the people that are saying, wasn't this something that happened 4 years ago? Wasn't this something that's already been dealt with or whatever? Cody came out and showed all of these receipts and showed all of these things that had happened that they were aware of all of these years, right? Okay, which to me I was sitting there watching all this going down, and I was thinking to myself, so you were aware of all of this, and you were, to some degree, controlling Adam's pain by not allowing him to be vindicated or validated because you knew the truth, and so you chose to come out and share your truth when it was convenient for you, which Cody has been caught in videos saying that they were going to make a lot of money off of it, and they were going to continue to post videos. There were like many tweets where Cody was coming out and saying that they were going to come for the Ballinger family and whatever. I'm sitting here and I'm completely baffled at this point why all these people are like sainting her to some degree and saying all these positive things about, you know, Cody, when Cody was basically part of the problem, you know, and was holding on to all of this until it was convenient for Cody to come out with all of this, all right? And so there has been, since this has happened, which I will grant Cody this, Cody, because they decided to finally come out and share with Adam, and in a video that they did, which they have since taken down, put back up, taken down, put back up, but with no comments, taken down, and I just looked, and it is now no longer up on their channel, and they have also taken down their Twitter, and they've addressed it in live streams and all this kind of stuff. But since then, what has happened is so many people, including co-workers of Colleen's and other people that were in the fandom and things like that, have come out and shared what they went through as well. There are so many allegations at this time of Colleen having, and family members and friends, of having conversations with minors and having, and just like, and grooming allegations and things like that. It's just, it's on and on and on and on and on, right? Like, I mean, there's so much factual evidence that has been shown in videos, that has been shown online on Twitter. Adam is like retweeting a lot of this and trying to, you know, really get it out. And I think at this point what he has said is that he really just wants a public and private apology to himself and to his parents. And I think he also wants an apology to all the other people that were affected by this as well. I think the reason that Colleen's not going to come out and do that, because if Colleen comes out and she apologizes to Adam publicly, then basically what she's doing is she is affirming that she was part of this, that she's affirming that she did participate in these actions, which there's evidence to, right? Okay, so I was very confused about this whole situation as to why everybody was singing Cody's praises. The one positive thing that came out of Cody's actions was that Cody gave Adam the opportunity to come out again and tell his story with more evidence so that he was further validated in what he went through 4 years ago. Okay, so it has given out Adam, what I have seen, the validation and the vindication that he deserves, right? As far as the people that are saying, like, Adam's views are down, Adam's subscribers are down, he's getting a lot of views off of this, he's getting a lot, so what? The kid went through absolute hell for 4 years. This has been something that, like, if people are still mentioning it on my videos when I mention Adam or I reference Adam, I'm sure on his videos on a regular basis, he's still getting it. If he gets 500,000 or 1 million subscribers off of this, or he gets, you know, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 views per video talking about it, more power to him. This is his experience. This is what he went through, and I think he has every right to talk about it as much as he wants to talk about it. And I hope that he gains a lot from this, because he's lost a lot from this, you know? And he's gone through a traumatic experience that he will probably carry with him for a very, very long time, you know? So that's the first thing I wanted to say, but I also wanted to say that there's a lot of people now that are coming out and they're saying, because Dustin Dailey did a video basically calling out Cody Rants for what I was talking about, saying that Cody was part of this, Cody was complicit, Cody knew things. Go watch Dustin Dailey's video, it's fantastically done, where he shows evidence that Colleen had come out and basically had interactions with Cody and saying all this stuff to Cody years ago. And so Cody knew the truth years ago and held on to that until it was convenient for Cody to come out and do this video. And so Dustin called Cody out, and which was the impetus for Cody basically wanting to deplatform themselves, because they just couldn't handle the heat anymore, right? And was super apologetic and all this kind of stuff. Which to me was interesting, because, you know, I'm thinking to myself, well, anyway, so the one comment that I'm seeing a lot of people now say, because there's been a lot of attention on Cody in the last 24 hours, because Cody did this live stream, which to me, I watched part of it, and I was like, so you're deplatforming yourself, gal, but you're like staying on this live stream for like an hour or two? Like, if you're deplatforming yourself, get in a live stream and just say, I'm deplatforming myself, nothing that I did was right, I need to be off the internet, I need to be off of these videos, yada, 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 and I'm signing off, here you go, right? But then leave up the video that vindicated Adam, right? Leave up the video that was the beginning of all of this. You know, you want to take down other videos, take down your other videos. You know, and Cody has deleted almost every single tweet. I think Cody actually deleted her Twitter. Cody deleted their Twitter, and then they also deleted all these videos. For me, what it looks like is, the maddening thing is, for days, you know, Cody was sitting there and saying to the Ballingers and to the friends and things like that, like, what are you running from? What are you hiding from? You're deleting tweets, you're doing this. And then Cody does the exact same thing. And I'm like, okay, so is there more? Is there more to all this story that you don't want people to know? Is there more that you're afraid that if people go back on your Twitter, or if people go back to your videos, that they're going to catch, that they're going to see on there and be like, okay, so what's this all about, right? But I'm seeing a lot of comments from people, and that are saying, well, we need to focus the attention off of Cody, we need to focus the attention back on Colleen, and we need to focus the attention on what happened to Adam, and blah, 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 which I 100% agree with. I do, right? But I think the one thing that is important to note, and as somebody that has watched a lot of this stuff go down through the years with a lot of people that have had similar situations happen with them, the one thing I will say is that with Cody being called out and Cody being deplatformed, the one thing is that it takes Cody out of the situation, right? It takes Cody out of the equation. So now that Cody has been called out for what they did and their actions, and people know the truth about what was going on with Cody at that time, people are able to focus on what the truth is. And the truth is, okay, that nothing that Cody did was correct, but it's not really about Cody at the end of the day. I mean, Cody did despicable things and all this kind of stuff, and I think Cody tried to do whatever they could do to try to clean it up at the time, and I don't know, the damage control to me was just, that was crazy to watch going on, when deleting tweets and taking down videos and posting videos back up, and I was sitting there watching, I was like, I am so confused as to what is going on right now. But at the same time, I think, and this would be the one thing that I would want Adam to know on the outside, watching it, you know, watching the inside as being like, you know, not part of the whole situation is, for me, what it does is, if Colleen was going to come out and blame this all on Cody, or if other people want to come out and blame this all on Cody or whatever, it removes Cody from the situation, and it clears the way so that it's really just about the allegations against Colleen and her friend Corey and all of this situation. So the removal of Cody really makes it clearer for the path of Adam talking about Colleen, and other people talking about their experiences with Colleen, and other people talking about, you know, what happened with them. And so ultimately, because in the days to come, people are going to stop talking about Cody Rants. They're going to stop talking about what their participation was and all this kind of stuff. And then it is just going to be about Adam and his experience with Colleen, and other people's experiences with Colleen, and Cody will be forgotten. Cody, this is something that will be talked about for a few days, and then Cody will be forgotten, and then it will be about Colleen and Adam, and it will be, the focus will get back. And I think that had to happen, because Cody was somebody that was tweeting out literally like every 10 minutes and was really trying to bring a lot of the attention to their story, what they called their story, which Adam brought attention to in his live stream when he was like, Cody said that this is their story and whatever. Okay, well, what it does is it eliminates Cody telling their story and making it really about Adam's story, which is where it should have began with anyway. It should have always been about Adam, you know? So that's the one thing I wanted to say, and that's the one thing that I hope that Adam, if he watches this video, hears, is that, you know, that there's a lot of attention right now on Cody, but what Cody has done by deplatforming themselves and removing themselves from the internet is cleared the path to it being just about Adam and Colleen, because Cody is going to be forgotten in a couple days. People are going to stop talking about Cody. People are going to stop talking about all this kind of stuff. You know, Cody is the hot topic right now because Cody was bringing so much attention to themselves and posting constant videos and taking videos down and all this kind of stuff, right? And so people are going to stop talking about that, and then it's just going to be about Adam Colleen, where it should have been, right? So really, what ended up happening by Dustin doing this video and calling Cody out, and by other people, like Xylee has called Cody out a lot. Xylee's another commentator, and other people calling, I mean, Xylee called Cody on her live stream and was calling her out. I mean, I was blown away, right? And the truth that was being told by Xylee. And you sit there and you watch this, and it's like, okay, but what's really happened is it's really cleared the path for Adam to discuss what is really pertinent, which is about Colleen. Because now it's not about Cody. It's not about Cody's story anymore. For a while, it seemed like it was like Adam and Cody's story together, and no longer is that the case. It is just about Adam's story with Colleen, right? Which is where it should be and where it should have always been, as far as I'm concerned. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is this, you know, and I'm going to reference back in the day with drama channels. You know, when anything would happen with another drama channel, and, you know, if someone was caught doing this or someone was doing that or whatever, it was almost demanded of us. I mean, demanded of us. I mean, I would get rampant rampant Twitter tweets or tweets from people saying, you need to talk about this, and you need to talk about this, and you need to talk about this, and have you talked to this person about this, and why are you not addressing this in the video, blah, 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 blah. That we were demanded as drama channels to talk about other drama channels that were caught in scandals. It was demanded of us, okay? That we were called out left and right and saying, you need to talk about this situation, and you need to talk about that situation, and why haven't you? And I just, in my video that I did, you know, I don't know, it was like a week and a half ago, where I was talking about things that had happened behind the scenes. There were conversations that were occurring behind the scenes that people weren't aware of. That being said, we did address a lot of those things online and in videos because people were demanding that of us. They were demanding that we do that to basically clear our name, and because people wanted it kind of stirred up, okay? So I guess what I'm confused about is I'm seeing a few people get called out. Trisha Paytas is getting called out left and right. I think, number one, because Trisha Paytas has been highly problematic in the past, you know, with similar situations that Trisha has involved herself with. I think Trisha has made very clear statements in the past about grooming allegations and people and their stories, and that you have to believe them. Trisha's also made statements about when you're hiding, and if you're hiding, then that's the truth and whatever, right? So people are calling out Trisha, not to mention that Trisha's in a podcast with Colleen Ballinger right now, which she had as her pinned tweet, and she has since taken down. So a lot of people are demanding that Trisha talk about this. And interestingly enough, when you go to Trisha's Twitter, I was just reading through here, hold on a second, Trisha tweeted out on the 8th, and I honestly was kind of surprised that Trisha was tweeting out at all. She took 2 days off of Twitter because I think she kind of thought this was going to pass, and she just tweeted out something about wearing Skims bra, but then she tweeted out on the 8th, I'm relatable AF. And when you read the comments underneath here, they are literally almost all about Colleen Ballinger. Someone says, hey, so, and then they post these 2 video clips of Colleen Ballinger. Somebody said, why isn't Trisha Paytas speaking up about Colleen Ballinger grooming allegations, considering Trisha has been vocal about being groomed herself as a teenager and how it effed her up? Cancel the Overshare podcast already. Somebody said, are you going to continue to work with Colleen after what's come to light? Someone said, oh no, what happened to your pinned tweet for your oversharing podcast, number 3? Somebody said, referring to her just like her bestie, we already know. Okay, they go on and on and on. I mean, every comment that she is receiving underneath her Twitter is about Colleen Ballinger and why she hasn't come out and spoken about it. Now, I'm going to tell you how I think Trisha's going to deal with this, okay? Because I think Trisha is going to be forced to have to come out and talk about Colleen Ballinger. I think the one thing is, Rich Lux did a video with Adam Mcintyre, and in the video interview, there was a part where Adam was talking about how he and other people used to make fun of Trisha with Colleen Ballinger, okay? The one thing I have noticed about Trisha through the years, whether it's Hair by Jay, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, or whoever, is that where Trisha kind of draws the line in the sand is when people are making fun of her behind the scenes, and when she finds out about that. That may be the point where she's done with Colleen, is the fact that she finds out. And trust, Trisha watches every drama video that is done about her or talks about her or whatever, okay? She did 5 years ago, and she still does today. I know that for a fact. So the fact that she finds out and knows that Colleen was making fun of her behind the scenes and saying things about her, I think that might be the point where Trisha's kind of like, okay, I'm done. And she might come out and say something about it, but I don't know how she's going to come out and say this when she is so aligned with Colleen and has been close friends with Colleen for all of these years. It's not just the podcast. I mean, she has done multiple videos with Colleen. She's been friends with her. She's gone to her parties. She has been by her side for many, many years, right? So how do I believe that Trisha will address it? I believe Trisha will do, you know, a live stream or a 30-minute video where she's in her car and she's eating, you know, some kind of food and she's kind of just like talking to the people. And I think she'll slip it in about 2 minutes of the video, in the middle of the video, because this is typically how she handles situations and deals with situations that people are demanding that she talk about. And I think she'll say something to the effect of, you know, it makes me really sad what's going on with Colleen. You don't really know what to believe in a situation like this. I don't think she'll come out against her, and I don't think that she'll come out for her as well. I think she'll take a very neutral stance about it so that nobody can say that she's defending her and nobody can say that she's calling her out. Because I think at this point, since Colleen hasn't come out and addressed it, Trisha's like, well, I don't know what's going to happen down the road. And Trisha's always been somebody that's going to save her ASS, right? At any expense. It doesn't matter who's involved in the situation. Trisha's going to always save her own ASS. So I think at this point, she's waiting, probably like the rest of everybody else, for Colleen to come out and address this. So then Trisha knows how to respond to it. And I think that's why Trisha hasn't addressed it at this point. But this is what is baffling to me on the heels of me talking about how back in the day, people demanded that drama channels talk about this stuff. How influencers demanded that we talk about this stuff back in the day and call each other out, right? Well, there are a lot of people other than Trisha Paytas who have young audiences, like Joey Graceffa, who has done multiple collaborations with Colleen Ballinger. In fact, I looked up on YouTube, Colleen Ballinger and Joey Graceffa, and the first video that comes up is Colleen and I react to my most iconic collabs. And this is on Joey Graceffa's channel. It was a year ago, and it's sitting at 1.1 million views, okay? Colleen and I react to our most iconic collabs. Not collabs, because when you look underneath there, they've done multiple collabs together. Joey Graceffa is somebody that has been really dear friends with Colleen for years and years and years and years. He's made that very clear, right? Joey Graceffa is somebody that equally has a very young audience. So it's surprising to me, and Joey is somebody that has been very, very vocal, you know, in the past about situations of other problematic YouTubers. So it's interesting to me that Joey Graceffa, Trisha Paytas, other people that have been very, very close friends. I will say this, people are wondering why Shane Dawson isn't coming out and talking about this. With Shane Dawson's own allegations and his own cancellation, and I'm not saying that this is right, it does not surprise me whatsoever that Shane Dawson is not coming out and talking about this. Whatsoever. It doesn't surprise me. Do I think it's the smartest move? No, I think it might be good for him to come out and talk about this, you know? But do I think that it surprises me? No, it doesn't surprise me at all. But I do think that there's a time, you know, it's like there comes a time when you have to do the right thing, and the fact that these people are standing by their friend when they know what's going on. Don't tell me that they do not know what's going on, okay? It's all over the internet. It's like, I think like every time I like pull up my Twitter, it's just like constant. So, you know, it's interesting to me that everybody's coming for Trisha Paytas, which I totally understand. Don't get me wrong, okay? I think Trisha Paytas is problematic as hell. I always have thought that, you know, and I've called Trisha Paytas out for years. But Trisha Paytas isn't the only friend that is standing by Colleen Ballinger, you know, in their silence. And to me, silence is complicit to some degree, you know? And I also think, like, you know, I love the quote, evil flourishes when good men do nothing. Like, I think the thing that's so interesting to me when you want to talk about traumatic experiences, or you want to talk about, you know, the importance of power differentials and talking about that, right? When you talk about abusive situations, is when you look at like Colleen, and you look at like Trisha, and you look at Joey Graceffa, and you look at all these other people, they have huge amounts of power, okay? Not just as being YouTubers, or the views that they get, or the subscribers that they have, but the money that they have, you know, the power that they can just get their whole fandom to do whatever they want them to do by just saying one or two things, right? And then you have Adam over here in this apartment, sitting alone, trying to just get out what he's gone through and share, and that power differential to me seems so completely unfair at this point. If even one of these people came out, you know, if even one of these people came out and said, what happened to Adam is not fair and Colleen needs to share what's going on, okay? I don't understand why they can't do that. I can't understand why they can't do the right thing. That's not like saying, oh, they wouldn't even have to come out and say, my friend is in the wrong, my friend did this, my friend did that, or whatever, right? Like, I don't know what they're afraid of. Are they afraid that they're going to be implicated in this too? Are there things that they know that they haven't talked about? You know, I mean, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, you know? But it's very interesting to me when you see all this happen, and it's like all these people that have been surrounding Colleen for years and had no problem benefiting off of her fame and benefiting off of the views and the subscribers that she had on YouTube, and by the multiple people that have done collaborations with Colleen through the years that have helped build their channels, and the amount of people that have sat there and supported Colleen through the years, right? And they're completely silent on this. They have nothing to say. Y'all have had a lot to say in the past. You've had a lot to say about other YouTubers. You had a lot to say about Gabby Hanna. You had a lot to say about other problematic YouTubers like Shane Dawson. You guys don't have anything to say about Colleen Ballinger? When, I mean, in all honesty, there is so much worse that has come out about Colleen Ballinger than a lot of these other people that you were very, very vocal about. It's not a good look at all, right? And it's very interesting to me that these people can just sit idly by and continue to post Twitter posts and Instagram stories and acting like they're just going on with their life, okay? When this kid over here, Adam, and all these other people that were part of this fandom are continuing to be forced to relive through this traumatic experience, and they don't have anybody that is close to the story of being close to Colleen coming out and validating them. If just one of them came out and said, I am so sorry. Can you even imagine if Joey Graceffa came out and said, like, I have been friends with Colleen for years and I am completely blown away by these allegations and I cannot continue to support this anymore, and I hope that Colleen comes out and addresses this. Can you imagine the validation that Adam would feel in that situation? Can you imagine the validation that other people that lived through this would feel? You know, and it blows me away. And I know, listen, I know that Joey Graceffa and Trisha Paytas and all these other people out there, I know that they have huge support systems, and I'm probably going to get blown away by saying this in a video, because I know that the people out there, like, anytime I mention Joey Graceffa in a video, people literally come for me, right? But, like, let's just, like, it's time to do the right thing, you know? It's time to do the right thing. And, like, if you're going to call out all the drama channels from the past, and I'm not bitter about it, okay? I'm not. I did my time in the sun. I did my time in the spotlight. I called out the people when I needed to. I had conversations with them behind the scenes. You know, even come out and say, I've had conversations with these people behind the scenes. We said it back in the day. If they want to come out and say, I'm not going to talk about this publicly, but yes, I did call up Colleen and I held her accountable, then do that, right? But say something. Say something, because if you don't, then you look like you're complicit in what's going on as well. You look like you're agreeing with what's going on. And I can tell you that I know that this story is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. There's a lot of talk behind the scenes about how this story is going to get blown up, you know? And I said in my video the other day that I didn't want to refer to it as a story, and I've done that several times in my video, so I need to take that back. But this experience of Adams and other people is going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Colleen is going to be forced to have to come out and address this situation. And she's not going to be able to come out and just say, well, this happened and that. I mean, she's going to be forced to have to address all of this, you know? And I am very baffled as to how she is going to come out and address this. And, you know, this whole idea that influencers just act like, well, we're out of sight, out of mind, we're just going to keep on moving and act like it's not happening. Adam's not going anywhere. Adam's not shutting up. These people that have had similar experiences, they're not going anywhere. They're not shutting up. They're going to continue to talk about it. And this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And, I mean, the longer that you wait, Colleen, to come out and address this, the guiltier you look in this whole situation, you know? An Adam asked a situation when he was in his live stream yesterday, and he was guesting Xylee, and he said, if you were her PR person, how would you have her address the situation? First of all, I will tell you, don't be asking those questions in live streams for Colleen to be sitting there and wondering how people want her to address the situation. Let her to come up with it on her own. Don't be giving her any free PR advice, okay? You know, don't be doing that at all. But since you asked the question, I will say this. And Xylee said the same thing. Colleen needs to come out and she needs to own it. She needs to come out and just say, nothing that I did was right. Nothing that I did was excusable. And whatever action happens after this and whatever you need to do, I guess you need to do, you know? And she needs to come out and she needs to own it completely. Because I can't see any other way out of this for her at this point than that. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I wish peace and love for everybody involved, and I will see you guys.